And Boeing workers have been on strike for just over a month now. Riley Underwood is in studio. Riley, how are things looking for the company?
Well, they're not looking too good. The International Association of Machinists is striking because it's demanding a 40% wage increase spread over 4 years. Boeing responded with an offer to increase them by 25%, but the union declined. The strike halts production of all Boeing's aircrafts. The cost so far for the company, over $5 billion, according to a new analysis by Anderson Economic Group. And this news adds on to Boeing's recent string of bad fortune, from the 2 fatal crashes in 2018 and 19 that killed nearly 350 people and pleading guilty to defrauding the FAA, to videos this year of doors being blown off in the air. It's raised questions over the quality of their aircrafts.
That absolutely none of that is the workers' fault. All of the problems that Boeing currently has with them is they've done them themselves. This is done at the corporate level. This is done at the higher level executives of this company. They're the ones that have made the bad decisions that have put the Boeing Corporation in the position that they have. They build the best planes in the world, and they want to continue building the best planes in the world. And all Boeing has to do is bring a fair contract to them that recognizes the value of the work that they do.
Boeing stock has dropped over 16% in just the past 3 months. And just last week, Boeing announced that it will be laying off about 10% of its workforce. It's around 17,000 employees. Big news for a company that contributes $80 billion to the U.S. economy each year.
All right, Riley, now we're hearing a lot about how they're making headlines, making major changes, but how are they financially recovering from this, and how are they hurting?
Well, they are hurting, and they've already been going through money like crazy for the past couple of years. And they're for more than 5 years, ever since those 2 fatal 737 MAX crashes, because that led to a 20-month grounding of their best-selling plane. Since then, Boeing has reported more than $33 billion in core operating losses. There's really no end in sight. The problem is that the halt of the production has cut off the most important source of funds for Boeing, because it's a company that gets most of its cash from aircraft sales at the time the plane's delivered. Investors now believe an equity sale by Boeing is a virtual certainty. Roughly $10 billion in new shares are close to being sold by the company, along with nearly $5 billion in mandatory convertible bonds.
All right, Riley, so let's zoom out here. We've talked about how it's impacting Boeing. How is it affecting the economy here at large in the U.S.?
Well, it's taken its toll. Boeing's the nation's largest exporter, and now they aren't exporting. It's estimated that they affect over 1.6 million American jobs directly and indirectly in all 50 states because of their over 10,000 suppliers. And Spirit AeroSystems also just announced that it will temporarily lay off over 700 employees in Wichita, Kansas, a major supplier that Boeing purchased earlier this year. Boeing stock is now down nearly 60% over the past 5 years. But even if they have to file for bankruptcy, Boeing's not going to be going anywhere. Boeing and European manufacturer Airbus are pretty much the only companies that make the full-size jets the global airline industry needs. So its place as part of this duopoly essentially ensures its survival.